office in the quiet seaside resort of Sennan near Land's End in Cornwall. It offers clean and quiet budget accommodation. You can comfortably accommodate 4 people in the front double bedroom and the 2 beds in the rear bedroom, but you can also put a couple of people up in the lounge if you wish. Right, Emma, what do you think about this bungalow then?
Well, I think it's quite small, but it's really nice for a holiday.
And why is it nice for a holiday?
Because it's just by the beach and it's got a very pretty garden, and when the hydrangeas are out, it looks really pretty.
Emma, can you tell me who bought the bungalow and paid for it and bought the land?
My granny and grandpa.
Now, Chloe, what do you think about this bungalow?
I think it's very, very pretty, and I like sharing the room with Emma.
And what do you most like doing when you're down here?
I like going on the beach. You can take that on the beach.
You couldn't be closer to the stunning beach at Sennan than you are from Trylewyth. It's only a 2 or 3 minute walk down to the beach. Even in the high season you can always find space down there, and the walk down to the beach is through a very pretty pathway with lovely flowers in the summer. On the way down you pass this extraordinary little railway to get luggage up to the house above the cottage. One of the nice things about Sennan is that it has a real life of its own even outside the high season. The little harbour constantly has activity going on. But as we heard from the 2 little girls earlier on, perhaps the greatest draw at Sennan is the magnificent beach. There is also a beach at Gwenver further along. It's a very fine beach, but you do need to be aware of the swift currents there, but there are usually lifeguards present there during the high season. The surfing in Sennan is famous throughout the world, and it's also possible to try a bit of bellyboarding, which is a rather easier form of surfing. You can hire wetsuits down at the beach, or you can buy wetsuits now quite inexpensively from a couple of places in the village. The sea at Sennan provides hours of fascination, and there's usually something going on. Here we've got a couple of lifeboat practices taking place. There are plenty of other things to do around Sennan apart from the beach. There's the interesting theme park at Land's End where there's a little model village, and then of course there are always the stunning coast walks along from Sennan. These pictures here are taken on the way to the beach at Nanjizzle. A place that's well worth the visit is the Museum of Submarine Telegraphy in Porthcurno. It had a vital importance during World War II because all the submarine cables from all over the Empire arrive at England at that point, or at least did at that time.
It's just about to run out, so it's not great. So the dots, and then at the bottom you've got the dashes, so obviously that's much harder to read. So you would have had more mistakes with this system because somebody then had to sit here and work out what it meant and then write it all out by hand. So obviously there was much more room for error in that system.
Another very nice trip that you can do is the journey to St Ives. You can get the train from Lelant to Saltings. It's one of the most beautiful railway trips that I've certainly done in the United Kingdom, and it saves the hassle of trying to park in St Ives during the high season.
And that's another yew tree. Then yew tree church. That's nice. They are.
On the way you can see the little boat used in pole dock. St Ives is mainly famous for its vigorous artistic life, and the town is full of galleries where you can buy paintings. Equally famous is the new branch of the Tate Gallery in St Ives. Personally, I think the architecture of the museum is very, very beautiful, but opinion is more divided about the contents, which I have felt on 2 visits is a little bit thin, but maybe you will feel differently about it. But one thing's for sure, in Cornwall there is something for everybody, no matter what time of the year.